Basically yesterday we decided on go with loading the first page as servlet, and then we'll just see what that oracle was doing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'll just directly go here. Yeah, so we'll just come from beginning now. So we know
Yeah.
whenever the request comes in, so it will always go to the web.xml. It will check
Yeah.
for the file which one to load first. So what we will be doing now is we'll just remove this index.html and we will put this login servlet. So that's it. So whenever you're giving this path, it will check for this path what it exists. So we know on this path this login servlet is there. So this will be automatically loaded. So other than that, maybe we'll create on servlet now.
Mhm.
So that instead of yeah,
Can you go back to the web
yes, sure, sure. Yeah,
XML? I just want to see what you put in there. So no need slash in
yeah.
front of the
We know,
website.
right? If we put slash, it will replace
Uh-huh.
the application name. First day we tried. Yeah, let me
Okay.
show you that one. Yeah, we'll first
Hmm.
put slash and I will show you the difference. So before that,
I'm
I'll
trying.
just
Yeah, I'm trying to see when do we put the slash and when do we when
yeah.
we don't need to put.
Okay. Okay. For now, I'll create one more servlet for now. It's
Okay.
like a home servlet. So in this get method.
Print. Yeah.
So we'll just design that form here itself.
Okay.
And as we know, like it is wrapping around with body and HTML, so I'm not going to put that on only form. We're going to insert from here. Yeah, yeah,
So in the index.xml, we put like the HTML header body and all that, so we don't need that in here.
yeah. Because yesterday we saw it, so it's wrapping around whatever we are putting inside the
Yeah,
body. Yeah.
right, 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 right.
Okay. So let's leave this one now. And this is a home servlet. And we know this is a URL to access this. Just put that in web.xml. Okay, first I will run as like this. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah.
Oh, we say post. Oh, post or NuGet, right?
Now actually we need to give the content type here. Data. I forgot the syntax. Mm, okay, so just this to be hold. Okay, I'll just explain this one first. So if you see here now, so uh, yeah, here login solo don't come. Okay, I'll just put it back here. Index.html. Okay, so I'll just go to the question that you asked when we put slash and when we don't. Okay, so if I run,
Right.
yeah, if we click on submit, now in this HTML index.html, I didn't put slash here. So that what happens
Mm-hmm.
in this URL, so this was the old URL. So when I click on submit, after this slash, that sublet URL will come.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't put slash in the index.html in the action. So that after this application name, this
Mm-hmm.
servlet name will be added. So that while the Tomcat searches, first it will go into this project, then it will go and search for the servlet. Suppose if I replace here with this slash, now I'm running. So when I click on submit, ah, yeah. If you see here, the difference between this URL and this one, it is
Mm-hmm.
replacing the project name also.
Mm-hmm.
When this one it's like this. So what we will do basically, if in some cases if we want to give with this slash, we'll just give like this. We'll just take this whole thing and then
Mm-hmm.
in this index.html we'll replace and
Okay.
we'll give slash
Look
here.
like it put a
Yeah,
slash is more like absolute path.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly,
it go
exactly.
from root and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So it
then
will
if you
replace
just
the
put
root
the
path
no
also.
slash, then whatever the web application name, and attach that name at
Yeah,
the end.
yeah,
If it's
exactly.
slash, it took it exactly like that, and it won't do anything.
Yeah,
Okay, so maybe that.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So what now I want you to do is like just create this one like what I done now. Just create on
Right.
home servlet and add this print writer content in the dogate. Okay, so in the
Yeah.
meanwhile, I'll just figure out like there is one line we need to do, like you need to set a content. I just happen to forgot that syntax, so I'll just get that syntax. So just meanwhile, you just create this print writer, new
Mm-hmm.
servlet with adding this print writer. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So now when we execute this, then it should show this form, right? It should show a
yeah,
form,
it should show the form.
right?
Yeah,
Did it show at all? It's only printing out the text instead of form.
yeah, there is one line where I need to add, which is a set content type. So
Oh,
I'll,
set content type.
yeah, I'll just
Can,
forward.
yeah, can you go back to your screen?
Yeah,
Can you go back to your screen?
yeah,
Yeah. This is our home service. Okay, set print, where did you set the content type?
yeah. I need to do that one actually. Here it will be coming here. Set
Uh,
content. Yeah, that's what like I need to figure out that. 1 second. I think response. Yeah, that's my bad. Now I found it.
mm,
So here we need to give like text
uh,
slash HTML. Yeah,
HTML.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
found it. I think now I'll just run
Okay.
it once. Yeah, you can see now.
Yeah.
It's actually from a servlet.
Okay.
So maybe to make a difference, I'll just give like space here, username, and then
Okay.
password. Like,
Username.
yeah, yeah. With that, I will make now username.
Yeah.
Just maybe,
Yeah. So we see the difference.
yeah, yeah. We have
Okay.
it here. So basically, this
So
is
so
yeah,
so yeah. So I'm trying to think this. So when you do like simple web, yeah.
yeah,
I'm talking about the URL, no?
mm,
So it go and go. Okay, go to that, and then they go to the index, right? Index.html,
yeah.
and they go to web.xml and look at it and say, oh, it said to execute the home
Solid.
home
Yeah,
yeah, home servlet. Yeah, that's the key. Okay, that's how I get there.
yeah.
Okay, okay, right. I can do the same. I can do the same here.
And yeah, you can just try that one. After that, we will see that request dispatcher thing.
Okay, okay. Do from here and slash just from here, right? I can do new, right? New servlet. I forgot what's the package name. Oh, package name, same thing. Right? Oh, I'm trying to see. Maybe I can do it from here. It's automatically. Here. Select. So fill that in. Yeah, um, So you know, that's going so let's open so do that. So it's this we it's this this and then we do this. So
And basically here, if we want to use the double quotes for even that username that we are removing, right, to change it to single quotes, like we can avoid that
uh,
using that slash, that escape symbol. It is like a string
yeah,
concatenation.
backslash,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, just to avoid
That's
that,
okay.
I was using the single quote.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's see, password, my password, because I got that, and I got the next one. Let's it's work, the single quotes to work, that's fine. Let's type the type is need to type the value. When we set the value here, Does that mean what it's gonna show?
In the button, when we are seeing the button, what it displays on that, right? That's a val.
Oh, what's in the, oh, okay. That's basically a label, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, label on the button. I see.
Mm.
And then I do the, so this, so let's and the XML tags. So should be, let's just and then this is to this I like to put this, just leave this please. So go by the order that it come in, right? So this one,
Yeah.
put home circuit. That should be, that should be this.
Uh, to see the difference, you need to change something in that home
Oh
server.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yes, yes. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And we
Yeah.
can still confirm here like that login is not coming that we did in form actually.
Okay. So let's say my type text. Let's see. Okay, that's a different one, right?
Yeah.
I put student username.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah, basically
so
here
when
in the
I put
action
something.
you gave a home servlet as the action, so it is again coming to the home servlet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened here? Then explain to me. So when I type something, right,
Yeah.
and then I click submit,
Yeah.
so it said go to the home servlet, right?
Yeah.
Home servlet. Right.
Home
Okay.
servlet is the
Go
same
to.
page.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's it's send the web page again,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So basically, it execute twice, right? The first
Yeah.
time it because it go through. The reason it go through home servlet because it go through the web.xml.
Yeah.
It saw the home servlet is the first thing to execute, and then when you hit submit here, this time the container really call the home servlet
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, got it. Yeah, got
Yeah. So now, okay, doing the same thing. What I'm going to do is like I'll replace this one with home servlet now.
it.
Okay. So that when submit, it comes back to the same servlet, but it will come to the
Right.
post now. So in the do post,
Okay.
I'm going to do my logic what I did in the. Okay, maybe what I will do here is when I get the request, I'm going to transfer to some other servlet so that we can
Right.
do with getting the request object. So I will get the
Oh,
request
okay.
object.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah,
Gary, I have a question.
yeah,
You know how the let's see. Oh, the web.xml
yeah,
in there we put the server, right?
yeah,
We put the servlet, right?
yes,
And then the servlet, then yeah, right. But the default when it execute this, it's gonna execute the do get instead of do post, huh?
yeah,
Default, right?
yeah.
Default by
By
default, right?
by default, it's do get.
Do get, yeah, that's what I mean. Okay,
Yeah.
but if let's say I want to run the do post, let's say, is
Uh,
there a way to put it?
um, I don't think so. Yeah, we'll just
Okay,
talk
that's
about
fine.
the
That's fine.
do get and do
That's
post.
fine.
Yeah, I understood. But let us talk about the do get and do post ones now. So
Okay.
basically, like we know, like different methods are there: do get, do post, do delete, everything.
Right.
But the major things are do get and do post. So when we will
Right.
use do get and when we will use do post. So basically,
Right.
if you want to read something from the database or anywhere, if you want to read
Mm-hmm.
something, then you will go for do get. When you
Mm-hmm.
want to post some data to the database or you want to store something, then you will go for do post.
Okay.
Okay, so if you
Okay.
take this index.html, in this place, I can even put get and I can even put post. Okay, so
Okay.
just think like you are going to store username and password. Just
Okay.
think like in the way that in this page you are going to store username and password in the database. On that case, you can still use get and post. Like we know there is no real difference between those two things. It's just a method which is calling. But the main
Okay.
difference when we can see is while passing the data. So while passing the data, if it is a do get, you can see it in the URL. If in case of do post, you won't see it. So that is the main difference. But and one more thing, it is like as we can able to use get and post in both the scenarios, but it is a recommended way is when you are reading something, try to use get. When you are posting something, try to use post. But it's not mandatory. It's a recommended
Okay.
way. That's the only
Okay.
difference.
Okay.
And the one more thing is if you use a post, the browser will understand that it is posting something to the DB. That is the
Mm-hmm.
like what can say agreement with the coders and the browsers. If you are
Okay.
storing something, it expects that you are using a post method.
Okay.
Yeah, so that the browser will also know that data is getting submitted to the database. That is one thing. So I think as in web.xml, the first thing will be won't be a post thing. First page will always be you will be reading something. So that you can say like by default it is do get, but
Yeah.
I will
Right.
see like is there any way to do the do post, but it is not supposed to be possible because first page will always be read. But I will
Mm-hmm.
see to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just curious. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even
So
I get
normally you
confused
would
now.
have an
Yeah,
action.
yeah.
Yeah. Action. Have an action in there or something. But
Mm,
that's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry. We'll go back to the dispatch. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, sure.
It's just that I went into something. I just have questions in my mind. That's why I asked.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just come back here. So by default, it's coming to
Right.
do get, and we are
Right.
what we are
Action
doing
that.
forcefully again posting to the same sublet name. But in this case, instead of
Right.
handling here, I'm going to handle in the login servlet. So what I
Right.
will do here is I will get the request object here. Got get. Uh, so here I will be getting the request dispatcher.
Mm-hmm.
So this request dispatcher, I need to pass which servlet I'm going to call. So right now it is a login servlet. So whenever you are using this path, right, it will be always be what it is mapped in this web servlet annotation. So this is
Mm-hmm.
always the path. So we know like this, we can change it. What do you want? So that is the only thing when we pass in this one or whenever we are like posting something like that. Okay, so now like in the requester, we are getting the request dispatcher and we'll be sending to which servlet we need to pass and then dot forward. The forward we need to pass this current request and current response. And we know right, there is one thing which we saw right, we can able to modify, add some more request. So if you see it is used here. Now if I set request dot set set attribute, maybe I will if I pass like uh, star maybe age 25. So now in this login servlet, we know like what we were getting before. We're getting the
Mm-hmm.
username and we are doing everything and we know we will also get the password. But now from the request dot get attribute, I can able to get this age also.
Okay.
What we are passing.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Can you go back right there? So I'm just trying to interpret what does it mean on the request dot get request dispatchers, right? So if you just say like request dot get dispatcher, right,
yeah,
and then you pass in the name of the servlet, right?
yeah,
So that by itself, if you stop right there, it's
yeah,
gonna return a dispatcher, right? So what? Yeah, let's say stop right there. I'm trying to understand the
yeah.
meaning of it. So
So
give
it,
me give
yeah,
give me the dispatcher for this servlet. Is that what it means?
yeah. So it is like
And
in
then
this place we are just getting the request and
uh,
assigning some dispatcher to it. So where I need to dispatch it. So it's just we are
uh,
giving the location, but we are not
okay.
telling until here that you should go and dispatch to that servlet. We are just setting the dispatch servlet. So like
Hmm.
we are just setting the destination. We
Okay,
are not
setting
yet
the
approved
destination.
to go there. When I
Okay.
give forward, it is like we
Uh,
are sending it. Just go to there wherever I assign you.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Okay.
is what it means.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can have it like this.
Yeah. No, I understand dispatcher and then
Yeah,
dispatcher. You semicolon there and then you forward from there. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm trying to say yeah. Yeah, either way will work. Yeah, I'm trying to say the meaning of it. So you get the dispatcher, but
yeah,
then always tell which servlet you want to, right?
yes,
And then yeah, servlet dispatcher.
yeah. So it's like setting
Okay,
the destination
forward.
and we are sending
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now we just what we learned, we am just putting in here so that it is the real use actually. So whenever you are moving from one servlet to servlet, you
Uh,
can calculate something here, and if you want to put that into that same request, and you can add it here,
mm,
and you can always get
mm.
it here.
Okay, so it's basically just a way of passing, just like passing parameter, right?
Yeah, yeah, same thing.
From one servlet to another servlet.
Yeah, I'll just put here attribute. H. So now we'll just go ahead and run this. So now we know everything came in, and age is also there.
Mhm. Yeah.
And one more thing, if you notice here, it still shows home servlet. So it is not showing that login servlet where we passed. That is one more use of this request dispatcher. Whenever you are using the request dispatcher, the front end
Mhm.
user won't be knowing that it is moving from home servlet to login servlet. It happens internally without the user
Oh,
knowledge. Yeah,
okay. Oh, okay. Even though it shows at the home servlet, huh?
yeah,
But internally it's oh, okay.
login servlet. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that is the one main advantage of using this request dispatcher. And there is
Uh,
yeah, this is what which is mainly used to transfer between pages. And there is one more
okay.
way to do it is uh, yeah, it is send redirect. So if you see here, we are actually working on top of the request object when we are doing the request dispatcher. But there is
Yeah.
one more way of doing is using the response object. So we are just using the response dot send redirect, and here I will
Uh,
use login servlet.
okay. Okay. So either way, do one or the other, right? Not the
Yeah,
both.
yeah, do one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for now,
Either
I'll just,
do the yeah, either use the dispatcher or yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Or respond or send redirect. It's doing the same thing.
yeah, it's doing
Is
the same.
there is there like an advantage of one over the other, or
Yeah, yeah, there
or the
is one
same?
difference. Let me show you that. Let's run it. So now you can see that it is showing the login servlet.
Oh, okay.
That is the only
So,
thing. Yeah,
okay.
but
But
now
no,
it
no.
is
But
showing.
then, but then, but then it didn't show.
Yeah,
But it didn't show.
so it
It
is
didn't
going to
show
do
the
get.
attribute and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it is going to do get by default. I think here should be a way to set action. Ah, okay. For now, I'll just call do post from here, but I will tell you how to set the do post in the send
Hmm.
redirect itself. For now, I'm just
Okay.
going to do this one. Oh,
No pointer exception.
from where we are getting this? Yeah, I think we can see it here. So startup, no pointer exception. Do get. Yeah, I think it should be from here. Basically, here we are not forwarding the request, right? I think this is the one which is causing it. No.
It should be doing the same thing, right? And again, you should
Yeah.
forward the attribute too. Right? Reset that attribute.
Okay. I don't know. For us, debug is not working. Okay, so
Yeah.
just don't
So
waste time. You just try it the same thing in your machine now.
yeah,
Okay, so meanwhile, I'll just figure out this way.
yeah.
So basically, now you need to do is like do this thing, request dispatcher, and then
Yeah.
send redirect.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the first one. Okay, we'll do the
Yeah,
first one. Set attribute.
yeah.
Okay. So, and the home, then say do this, do post. So instead of post, instead of do get, I go to the request. That's it's attribute. Yes. It's, so, action type. So, dispatch. Dispatcher type? Is that it? That's not right.
Yeah. Uh,
No, dispatcher, not dispatcher type, right?
yeah. Get request dispatcher.
But it's how come I didn't have it's a type, dispatcher type.
No, you need to type get request dispatcher.
Oh, get request.
Yeah.
Oh, dispatcher. Oh, I see. It's, yeah, dispatcher. Okay. Guess dispatcher. That's one. So let's so let's respond. So I do that. So that's how I do it. And I have myself this. Myself this. That should be it. Right? So let's see. Yeah, that's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it show yeah home circuit, but then internally it's passing to the login circuit,
Yeah.
and then I got the
So
age right here.
yeah. So now we'll get back to send redirect. Okay. So whenever
Right,
we are using send redirect, the first difference
right,
comes in is in the URL the user can see that the page is moved from home servlet to login servlet.
right,
Like not
right.
like a request dispatcher. And the second thing what it does is the difference between for request dispatch and send redirect. Request dispatcher sends the same request, that means it forwards the same request to another servlet. But whenever you are using
Right.
send redirect, basically you are doing the new request. It creates a new
Oh,
request.
oh, okay. So the so that means when we set the attribute,
Yeah.
the age, so with the send direct, we won't get that.
Yeah, if not even age, we won't get that username password also, because that's another
Oh yeah,
request.
yeah. Oh,
That's why we're
yeah.
getting that
Oh, I
issue.
see.
Yeah.
So what do we get with the send direct? That means we lost everything then. We didn't get
uh,
all the original requests.
yeah. uh,
So that's then it's two different things then, right?
yeah, basically like we are moving between servlets, but the logic it is used is different. So basically the logic I would say is, so in this one before sending redirect, if you want to add this
Mm.
age, you can add it as a query string, like question mark, then you can put
Oh, okay, okay, a passing, yeah,
yeah, this age here.
yeah, yeah. Because you can see
Yeah,
the dispatcher
yeah,
forward
yeah,
we pass in request respond, but send redirect.
yeah,
It just say call this one, but nothing pass in. So when this thing get called, the request and that's nothing in there. That's why,
yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
If we were able to pass the request and respond, it should have been like send redirect, and
Yeah.
then maybe the applet, and then comma request, comma respond.
mm,
So we didn't send those, therefore we didn't get them.
yeah,
Okay, so that was a different, yeah.
yeah,
So I guess you use send redirect. maybe sometime people just say, "Oh, go to another page," but I don't need all the request and
Yeah,
receiving information.
that's
So
exactly, yeah. So
okay,
maybe like it is like authenticating these two things, then you can just
yeah,
authenticate the username password here. So once it
mm,
authenticates, we'll just send redirect to home servlet where you don't
yeah,
need this
yeah.
username password.
Information anymore. That information is already done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll go see. So we just tried this one and then request dispatcher, then send redirect. Okay, there's one more thing, servlet config.
Mm,
Basically, the servlet config is nothing but like what we seen. Second. So when I click on this HTTP servlet and then generic servlet, yeah, if you see in this init method, we know this will be called for the first time when the request
mm,
comes for the servlet.
right.
You can see the servlet config here.
Mm,
So what it does, it just initializes with this config object. So this config is not, it's like some default values that you will be
mm,
setting when you creating the servlet so that that can be used. So that is the main thing of using the config. So what are the
mm,
default value that we can use? Let me go back to this register servlet. So like we set this description and then URL pattern, and we can
mm,
still, okay, for now let me create a new servlet
mm,
and I will call it as what purpose we have. Maybe just index servlet. So here I can initialize the parameters. So I'll
mm,
just add and I will give name and value as okay, if your description we can give, and then I'll add one more ad and then I'll just give page. Okay, so I give next. Let's finish. Now you can see there is a init parents which is added to this servlet.
mm,
So if I want to get these values, then I will use that servlet config. So maybe like
mm,
in request here, I'll give get servlet config dot get. Okay, I'll just do this one. I'm going to directly run this
mm.
index servlet. Yeah, you can see it here. So the servlet config is mainly to just get the init parents.
Um, how did you run the index servlet directly?
Yeah, we
You
can
just
just
right click
click
and
on
run
the,
from there. Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it's always you have to run from the app and then whatever go to the web XML again. You don't have
Okay.
to do that.
Yeah, we don't have to do that. If you want to run the
Oh,
specific servlet, we can.
oh, okay. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. Okay, okay. So basically, run that and basically it will go into the do get variable.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, okay, got it. Get attribute. Get init parameter. Get init parameter. Yeah. Sometimes call attribute. Yeah. Okay, got it.
So that's about with different objects basically. I'll go to that again. Yeah. So till now like the things we uh, yeah, till now the things we saw like request response session, and it remember like a session and servlet context. So there is
Mm-hmm.
always little bit confusion with these two things because both start with
Mm-hmm.
servlet. Basically, it's a
Yeah.
context and it's a config. So whenever we are talking about servlet config, we're talking with init params. So if it is
Right.
a context, it is to maintain value between all the users.
Right.
Yeah, that confusion always arises as it is like having the same name. Then there is request dispatcher and send redirect. So these are like what are the basics things are there in this servlets. Okay,
Yeah.
so after this we'll jump into JSP and we'll see
Mm-hmm.
its own life cycle and how you can use these object in JSP. Again the same thing, so there is no logic difference, only difference is how you can use all these object in JSP too.
Okay.
Okay, so because when you see now in our example, now what we did, first we are going to the login servlet, then from the login, not login servlet, yeah, first we are going to the home servlet. From the home servlet we are displaying the page, so when they click submit, then we are going to the login servlet, and here we are doing something and here we are printing. So we are not at all using the use of HTML, so there is no use of the UI developer comes in. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
it really makes hard for us to code all these form inside the servlet. So
Okay.
that is why they thought of including HTML. Then when HTML comes in, so they were having the difficulties of using the Java code inside this HTML, because if I want to get some value from the Java, then it is not possible here.
Mm-hmm.
So only the JSP
Right.
comes in. So we'll be seeing like so whenever the JSP comes in, then again we need to use all these objects. So for that they come up with some other logic. So basically in the JSP also we need to see how these logics are used. So
Yeah.
that
JSP stand for the uh,
Java server
Java
page.
servlet page, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Java server page. Okay.
yeah. So it's the entirely like same as HTML. Only difference comes in is how you can use the Java code.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this, I read somewhere. So basically, it's HTML, but then you can embed it some Java code in there, right?
yeah, yeah. It's the same. And actually, I have this diagram for this forward. Like when the request comes in, it goes to the servlet.
Okay.
If it's a
Mm-hmm.
normal thing, it will go to the response. Or if when we are forwarding it, the same request goes there. Then response is generated. That's what user sees.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is servlet config. And there is this one I need to explain. So now till now what we were seeing is configuring everything in a annotation based. So if you see here, whenever we are configuring, we'll give just this web servlet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of
Right.
doing this one, we can configure this one in a XML, in web.xml. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
there's a welcome file list. After welcome file list, I can have something like this. Where it went. So I'll just create this servlet. Just copy everything. So this is one more way of creating a servlet. So I'll just create one servlet tag, and then actually this is some most preferred way by people, because you can see it from this XML itself what are the servlets are there, what are there its URL. But in case of our annotation we need to go to each servlet, then only we can able to identify like what are the things are there and what are the URL that I need to use to call that one. So everything you need to go to that servlet. So instead of that, if you configure everything in this XML, so that it will be easy. It's actually till now it's mostly preferred by many developers. So it is very simple. So first thing is you need to create this servlet tag. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
in the servlet you will just specify the name. This name is whatever the name that you want. Then here you need to give the servlet class. If it is a demo servlet, so maybe what I will say is here you need to give. So for now I am going to configure for this home servlet. So for this home servlet I'll just give call whatever it is home servlet like pay something. So this name is doesn't matter. Then here I
Mm-hmm.
need to give com dot gang dot servlets dot home servlet. Okay, so then if I want to init some value, this is for servlet config, I can just go for init param. And so okay, for now I'll just remove it, then we'll come back to it later. Okay, so for now I'll just what I did is I created the servlet name and I mapped with this one. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'll just map this servlet. Now I need to map this servlet with the URL. For that one I will create the tag called servlet mapping. Then I will use this name should be same as of this home servlet page. Okay, so this name I need to give it here. Now when I give this URL, now what happens is we are mapping this URL pattern, to this class.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing was done inside the Java using only this annotation. Just when you give this web servlet, everything is done. This URL is mapped to this servlet. But in case of XML, you just need to give the name first, create the servlet first, then you need to do the mapping. This is the way of doing in the XML. So that if I want to have one more servlet, then I need to create again the same thing. So start.
Now
Yeah,
the yeah. Now the com dot gangboard dot servlet dot something.
yeah.
Where is that? That
It's a
you don't
package
have.
name. Package name.
Oh, package name. Okay. And then the URL
Yeah.
pattern that should be just. Uh,
Which one you're asking now?
how about the URL pattern? What should it be?
Yeah, this can be whatever that you want. How we can set it here the same way. Here we can have whatever the URL pattern that you want. The same way here
Uh,
you can give whatever the URL pattern. Basically, that you whenever that URL comes in, it will. So
uh,
I'll tell the flow. So whenever the URL has this servlet one, it will come here. Then it will check
uh,
this name. Then it will find the servlet. Then it goes to this servlet. So that's the flow.
uh,
First comes here, then finds a name. Then for that name, it finds a class. If the class, it goes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, this one I'll just taken out, right? So this way you can init the params also. So if I want to add the init params, I'll just add it here. So this will be the
Mm,
init param. So for now I'll just say this as age here is 25. Maybe this one you can use home and this one login. So whenever the URL is login, it goes to the login servlet page. When the URL is home, it goes to the home servlet.
can you leave this? Yeah, leave this here. I have a few questions now.
Yeah,
So what happened when we run this, right? I'm trying to understand the order, right?
yeah.
So of the application, we'll go to the web.xml, right?
Mm,
So can you scroll up a little bit?
yeah,
Scroll up a little bit. Yeah. So go in here. So it look for the home servlet, right?
yeah.
So home servlet will run first,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
it won't go down to the home
No, this is just config.
servlet
So
page.
what we will do is, okay, one second. I'll just paste this one
Yeah.
here so that
Okay.
if I went,
Yeah, I'm trying to see what's the order. Yeah, go ahead, please. And
sorry, I just missed it. Okay, so basically what I will do if I copy this and paste it here. Now what it does in the welcome file, it finds this URL and comes
Uh,
not it should be home is a URL. Okay, now it finds this home in here
mm-hmm.
for this URL. Now it needs to go to this name. Now it goes to this servlet. Home servlet will be executed now. You can see
Oh,
that
okay,
I'll just
okay,
run this.
okay, okay.
Okay, before that we need to remove this annotation from here because that annotation says different.
Okay. So that's how people do it.
Yeah,
They don't put it in the XML.
yeah, that in this way, like yeah, now you see it still came to that home servlet.
Okay.
Yeah. So another thing is like I told, so if some people prefers that instead of having so many XML configuration, they can just
Mm,
go with one single line. But if the requirement is like you will be having so much of servlets, then you need to
mm,
keep on changing that URL, you need to have track of it. Then if it is in the
yeah.
same XML file, then that will be easy instead of going to each servlet.
Oh, I see.
It's based
Okay.
on like how we need in our project. So if it is like some simple things and you don't get to change them too much, then you can just go with
Yeah.
annotations. Because first one that came in is this XML format. After this XML, the annotation came. So annotation is basically to make our life simple.
Okay.
So this is the old way of doing. The new way
Okay.
is using annotations. Yeah.
So the new way is put it in the XML.
No, new way is putting this annotation. What we saw.
Oh, the new way is put the. This is a new way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
In the
Okay.
starting level, they were using this XML annotations, but still,
Mm,
that's what I told. People who work from that time, they prefer
mm,
to use like this.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just change, revert it back, and I'll just copy.
So what happened if you put both in there? I mean, you put in the XML and also in you have the annotation in your code. Would
Mm,
it get confused?
yeah, for sure, because that's the it says you will be accessed when using this URL, and here we are saying whenever home is there, you will be accessed. Maybe we'll just try it. I never tried this one. Okay, it still goes. And then maybe what I will try now is I will change this to home servlet, so we can test like both the way still works. Okay, so now both the URLs are mapped whenever you use annotation and servlet. So basically what happens now is whenever you're giving only home here, so it will find
Hmm.
any servlet with annotation home is there. It's not there. Now it finds a home here. It's not like we are
Yeah.
just mapping
Oh,
to
yeah.
servlet. Yeah,
Hold on, Gary, can you explain that again?
yeah,
So when you go into the first welcome file, right, home servlet, right?
yeah.
So is it gonna go and look for that servlet first, or would it go down to the XML and look for that first?
I'm not sure about the order.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Basically, not sure
That's
about that.
fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did they look for first? Do they look in the XML,
understood.
or it look for yeah?
Yeah, what I will do now is so we can try that scenario also. So what I will do, I'll just change this one to index servlet. Okay, and then I'll change this X. Okay, so here it will be index. Okay. So now whenever I give index, it should go to the index servlet. So now
Mhm.
uh, go to the index servlet. What I will do, I'll take this one. Uh, so what I was trying to do is yeah. So what I did is I given the index servlet here. So if it first comes here, it needs to go to the home servlet. If it goes to the index servlet itself, that means it is checking for the annotation first, so that we can confirm that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to see. So what did you put in the welcome on top? Go up a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Okay. So that
So you put home servlet, right?
now
Oh,
change
you
it.
put index.
Yeah.
Oh, index servlet.
Yeah.
So index servlets go.
Is mapped with the home
So
servlet and also mapped with the index servlet through using an annotation.
okay,
So now it is your same URL is mapped with two things.
okay,
I'm not sure. But there is one thing like we are not it is not recommended to use both the format at the same time.
okay. Yeah. Please note,
Uh,
you're not supposed to use both at the same time, right?
yeah,
Not
because
supposed.
yeah, the let's suppose we are just think like we are developing this application and future someone is going to maintain that, then he will need to have some standard format, whether I need to check for XML, whether I need to go for annotations. If both are
Mhm.
there, it makes him difficult.
Right.
Basically now it
And
is
and
bit
you
confused.
and then you said the annotation. That's a new way, right? That's a new way
Yeah,
to do it.
that's the new way. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically now when I give two things mapped to the same thing, it's giving error. It is
Mhm.
not starting. It doesn't know which one do I go for.
Right.
So just yeah. So that is not possible. So okay, now you are clear with this XML mapping, right?
Yeah.
Just put it in the PDF so that when I'm sending it back to you, you will have this
Mhm.
format. How it's
Yeah. Let me try.
okay. Now, yeah. So after this, there are some things like filters, cookies. Uh,
Mm.
those are things are there in the servlet. So we'll see them in very later. So now we'll go to
Mm.
the JSP and we'll finish that one off. Then we'll come back to
Okay.
these filters. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Um, okay. Just start with the JSP today, and we'll see the
Mm.
remaining. We'll continue it tomorrow. Then we'll
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
start with it. So now we just this source folder is over. So whenever you are having some Java files, we'll go to the source folder. Now this is
Right.
fine. Now the JSP will be in the web content.
Okay. Okay. Web
What I will
content.
do, we'll just rename this one to JSP. Rename
Oh,
index.
I'm thinking instead of rename, just leave that, and then maybe create
Yeah,
another one. Copy that and create another one, and then copy the content of these
yeah,
two
sure.
files.
So
So
new
that way,
JSP
and then we
file.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just in case we ever
yeah,
go
yeah.
back and look at it.
Home.jsp. Next. So there's nothing to worry about. So if you see it automatically adds something. Okay, let me close others.
You can open up the index and copy whatever you
Yeah.
need to.
So these are the things which will be added here. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll come back to this one later, like what it means and everything. Okay, so it basically tells that whatever that you are putting here has a content type, like
Mm-hmm.
what is it in Java, right? The same thing. We are just telling what is the content type here and what
Mm.
language it is. So there is some meaning to it. So we'll come back to this later, why we are using this. Okay,
Right.
so other than that, it is just plain old HTML.
Okay.
There's nothing different.
Okay.
Okay,
So we can copy the index. put it
Yeah,
in there if you want. Yeah, yeah, you can copy that.
and there is one more shortcut here. So if you see this is not well formed, right, you can press
Mm.
Control Shift F, so it formats
Oh,
in the
one
order.
more time. Control what?
Shift F.
Oh, Control Shift F.
Yeah,
Control Shift format.
yeah.
Format. Yeah. Control Shift F.
And then yeah, so if you see, like, only the name is different and it's still
Mm.
is the same. So we can
Right.
still call this as JSP, but here we have one option of including our Java code.
Where is the Java? Where is our Java? We haven't put it in
Yeah,
yet,
we
right?
haven't put it in there. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for
Okay.
that
Got it. Got
purpose, we have different things. There are like I think it is in the syllabus. Let me open the syllabus which I sent you. These are the tags: scriptlet tag and expression and declaration. This is how we call it.
it.
Okay. So before that, I think we'll go to life cycle. So today
Okay.
we'll just start with life cycle. Tomorrow we'll see other things.
Yes.
Okay. So life cycle. Okay. Now like okay, I think that is not the better way. Okay, so today we'll just see what is scriptlet tag. Okay, because there is one trick to it actually, so I don't want to reveal it today. So I will just explain what is the scriptlet expression and declaration tag.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to put your Java code here, you can put it anywhere that you want. Only thing
Mm.
that you need to do is you need to use this syntax. It will be a percentage. So inside this you can have your normal Java code like this. I can
Okay.
just select set a string name
Okay.
equal
Okay.
JRI. That's it. Still accepts. You can have your Java code.
Okay.
So I didn't do anything. I just created one variable.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I want, I can just do all the for loop, while loop, whatever the code that I want. Still, that is
Right.
possible. Okay. Now what I will do, um, if I want to print this name in the UI,
Right.
basically that's the main purpose, right? So if I want to print something, I need to use some. So this is what is scriptlet tag, and there is only
Right.
percentage. It calls a scriptlet tag, and there is an
Mm.
expression tag which is equals. Okay, and here I can just equals. Here I can just have name, which actually prints this username. So I'm not going to have these things. Okay, now if you see, I'm just setting in Java code, and in between I have my own HTML code, and then I'm printing
Mm.
it here. Okay, so we'll just change this to.
So the percentage equal open bracket percentage
Yeah,
and then equal and then
it is an expression tag. So this is an
okay.
scriptlet tag, this is an expression tag. So when you want to print something, then you will go for an expression tag.
Okay.
Yeah,
Expression. What about the one above? It's before the code, before Java code.
yeah. This is a
That's one.
scriptlet tag.
Or script
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
let me go there.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe show me that. Which name?
Scriptlet.
Oh, scriptlet text,
Yeah.
and then expression tag. Okay, got it, got it.
So here I will just go with index.jsp is already there, so I'll just remove this one. Oh, it's home.jsp. Okay. So if I run this, you can see here.
Mm.
So now we'll just do some more thing like what I will do. I'll just use for loop here.
Mm.
Just 10 times, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going. So if you want to print something, you can use this out dot printer. It should come. Yeah. So this is one more way of printing it, but it will be purely of Java.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to print.
Let's say, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll just have one.
Oh, it would show up the in text, just like your
Yeah.
web page, right?
I just want to like go to the next line. I'm just
Oh,
thinking.
but I thought you already used a print line right there. It didn't put the slash
Yeah,
in it.
it is there. It should go to yeah.
Print line already, right? It's not print print line. It should put a slash in at the end. It's supposed to. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. Yeah. I should have. Just try this one. Okay, so okay, for now I'll just leave it like so. Now it is printing everything. Okay, the main thing
mm,
why I came here is now this is what I'm doing. So instead of that, so this is what the real issue with the servlet, because they don't want to code these things in Java. They want to do it in HTML. That's why the JSP is the real purpose. So what I will do is just remove this one. Okay, I'm going to close this scriptlet tag here itself. Before closing the for loop, I'm going to close the scriptlet tag. And after
mm,
that, I'm going to open one more scriptlet tag. I'm having the close bracket here. So in between, I can have my Java code. Here instead of name, okay, name, and I will put variable two. Now if you see note here, there is a for loop,
right. But
and
it's only in the middle of it, right? In the
yeah,
middle of it, yeah.
yeah, and we are having HTML content in the middle of the for loop. So if
Mm,
I run this, okay, maybe we'll have this. So it actually breaks the line. You can see here, it's still
mm,
printing everything. So even though the for loop is in Java code and you have our HTML code, then you are closing it, so it'll still treat everything as same.
oh, okay. Oh, that's strange.
Yeah. So there is a hidden concept to it. It's like when we are seeing the life cycle, we'll be seeing how it actually takes the files, how it actually prints these values. So for now, just
That's weird.
yeah. For now, just think like you can play with Java code and HTML. It's like you can there is no difference between both of them. You can just use it wherever that you want Java code, and you can just put HTML into that, and then you can use that other things.
Okay.
Yeah. So for today we'll just hold it here. So tomorrow we'll
Yeah.
see life cycle first, then we'll see other
Okay.
tags and other objects how we can use.
Okay. So we'll concentrate on JSP.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah. I'm gonna read a little bit JSP so I can, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, sure.
tomorrow come, I'll be able to catch up fast. So I'm doing okay, right? I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah, sure.
okay.
Actually, you're doing really great. That's what I told you yesterday, right? So whatever I taken
Right.
for you, usually it will take for me like 2 weeks for other persons.
Oh,
Just
really?
to cover it. Yeah. So I don't know
Okay.
like
Okay.
until 20 days I'm going to
No,
cover. I
no,
think
I know,
yeah,
no. Don't worry, don't worry. Here's what I'm telling you.
yeah,
I've been doing program for many years. It's
uh,
just that I don't have much experience with the web. You
yeah,
know, That's why. But as far as the object oriented and that concept, I'm pretty good at. I
Yeah.
worked I worked for a long time. I know, but it's just that I don't. And in fact, Java I only pick up like maybe 4 years.
Yeah.
I know like
Mm.
Java Swing,
Yeah.
that, but not with the servlet and that stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, I got a little bit of knowledge here and there,
Mm.
but I can't put it together, because I never do a real project on the web.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
So that's why I know. Oh, yeah. You talk about, let's say, JMS, right? Java messages and
Yeah.
message services.
Mm.
JMS, right? You
Yeah.
talk about with a queue with a you can create a queue with a topic, or create a queue with a somebody register for a topic, and then when you publish
Mm.
the message for the topic, everybody get it.
Yeah.
That part I get it. So I got a little bit pieces of here and there, but as far as J2EE,
Yeah.
I don't have
Mm.
the whole picture together. That's why, tell you the truth, I didn't know where to start. I've
Uh,
been searching on web. I'm saying looking for J2EE, but it's like, oh, should I start with EJB, or should I
yeah.
start with the Swiftlet? That's why I said, oh, okay, I'll just start somewhere. I don't know if it's the right path. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping you can lead me to that. So
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah.
yeah. Some heads up, Giri. Tomorrow, same time. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Tomorrow is Thursday for me. So
you.
that means Friday morning for you. Same
Yeah.
time tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then so I guess Friday night for me. That means Saturday for you already, right? Morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just some heads up. I mean tomorrow the same. Okay, and then
Yeah.
the next day, the last day of the week. Can we like maybe start a little bit early? Is that too
Yeah. Sure.
early for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, like, yeah, that is possible. Yeah.
that's possible. Okay,
Yeah.
but I'll remind you tomorrow. So tomorrow, same time. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll remind. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah. See you.
See you.